So I was recording display earlier here, and I failed to take profits on it, right? So I think I saw like 30-40%. I didn't take any profits here, and I stopped out for about a 10% loss. But what I was gonna say is that I think this is gonna start to come down again here soon, which it is, but definitely not taking that. Okay, here I got distracted. I didn't take any profits, even though a small push was all that I was looking for, just because this is not proper trigger orientation on this setup here, right? So typically what you want to do is, if price is above the hourly trigger, you want to look for an airplane setup, not a bear plane setup, and vice versa, right? So below the hourly trigger, you want to look for bear plane setups. And of course this is freaking moving here. Like I said, I think I took like a 10% stop loss with this candle here, when I basically saw like 30-40% down here, and I had only taken the position because I like two things in the setup. So the first thing is that we saw a 1 minute divergence, right? So this is the highest 1 minute velocity print here with this high. Price made a new high, but 1 minute velocity did not, right? So that gives us some confidence that price is going to want to come back down here. We're also pretty extended from the hourly trigger, although we have pretty strong velocity, or we had a pretty strong velocity. And then the triggers were pretty tight here. All right, so that's why I was somewhat confident in taking an entry. I think I took it with this candle actually, as we started attacking the 1 minute trigger. Saw three really nice candles here, and I just failed to take profits. And so pretty similar move here. That's where I should have taken profits earlier, but of course I didn't. Typically, if you see 5 minute velocity decrease as much as it did here, when price was basically revisiting the 1 minute trigger here, you typically see price come right back down and break the previous low that it made. I think the reason that it didn't here is because, like I said, this is not proper trigger orientation, right? So you don't want to necessarily look for bear plane setups when price is above the hourly trigger. And if you do, you want to be in and out very quickly, right? Because hourly velocity being strongly positive here basically tells you that this move should not see a lot of follow through. Kind of like it did here again. I mean, there's a chance this comes right back down, but this is kind of turning a little choppy. I would guess that because we saw a really nice decrease in hourly velocity here, that price is going to start to revisit the hourly trigger, but it's not going to do it so fast. It might happen towards the second half of the day, where price comes down and the hourly trigger keeps rising with positive velocity here to kind of meet somewhere in the middle of here. I don't know if I mentioned, but I was literally recording a video here, kind of walking through my thought process on an entry like this, but for some reason my mic was not working, so yeah, that didn't work out. I'm gonna try to record a lot more when I take these entries to kind of walk through my thought process on these positions. I think it kind of helps me out psychologically, and if I can help at least one other person, that would be great. honestly, I might upload this just because I think somebody might be able to get something from this. So I'm gonna start recording a lot more of my trading and my thought process when it comes to these trades and uploading them, even though I wasn't able to record this position that I was in, but and it was a loss, right? So I lost $32 on that. It was about a 10% stop loss on that when I was in profit down here for like 30 or 40%. So pretty nice risk to reward ratio on something like this, which is not even a proper trigger setup, right? So it's not a proper trigger setup, but it's basically a 1 to 3 or 4 right there, right? And the 1 minute trigger kind of protects you because it starts drifting down here, and if you get a candle close back above the 1 minute trigger, a lot of times you take a very small stop loss, or sometimes it might even stop you break even. So